Good morning, everybody. I'm a minute or two late. I had to mess with my hermit crab tank, change their water real quick. But everybody had a good night. Let me see if I can find my chat on my phone. Who's in here? Life Rewinded. Oh, there's Brooke. Hey, Brooke. Carolina Girl. Lisa. Beth M. Verbal. My dog's going to start crying as soon as I go live. She does it every time. Mel, you want to come up? I was going to talk about Connor and Brinley Snyder just real quick. Their mom was arrested for murdering them. That video I did yesterday, I forgot to put in there that she had actually, I think I forgot to put in there, she actually Googled about how to commit murder, death by carbon monoxide poisoning, and stuff too. And of course, she was charged with molesting the family dog also. So that makes me think if she would molest a dog, she would molest her son. I think that's got something to do with this case about the murders. Oh, I know, Life Rewinded. It's so awful. Let me see if I can find any thing about it. One thing that stood out to me in an article I read this morning, investigators said from the beginning they were suspicious about an 8-year-old hanging himself and taking his sister with him. But anyways, when she was interviewed, this is what she said to investigators. She said he was bullied because he was fat. Who calls their kid fat? My son is heavier set, and I say he's chunky, stuff like that. Hold on a minute, guys. Let me see what this damn dog wants. God, nobody else in the house can mess with her, I don't guess. Okay, sorry. I had to put her out. She hadn't been out this morning. She doesn't like the snow. Hey, Katie. Let me look at my chat through my phone. Hey, Norma. How are you? Yeah, but she called, back to what I was saying, she called her son fat. Who the hell describes their kid as being fat like that? You say that they're heavy set, chunky, big boned. You don't say, oh, my kid's fat. And just because a kid is heavy set does not mean they're bullied at school. My son's not bullied. It ruined my day yesterday finding out about this. I was going to decorate the Christmas tree this morning. I'm just not in the mood for it. This kid looks so much like my son. He favors them. That just really, really bothered me. Sandy's in the house. Hey, it's good to see you here. Life Rewinded. Fat is a word that was and will never be used in my home, and mine are adults. I didn't know you had adult children. I thought they were smaller. Life Rewinded. Yeah, why would you describe you? I bet that really stuck out to the investigators. And in this new article I was reading, it said that they were found hanging 3 feet apart with chairs tipped over. But I thought when this story first came out that their bodies were found on the floor beside of the chairs tipped over. Maybe that was some wrong information. Sandy been shoveling the snow. This StreamYard's chat is so far behind. Hey, Giggles. I don't know why StreamYards has to be so far behind in the damn chat. Listen to Skylar. She goes outside just to bark. Yes, they were beautiful children. Well, I also thought it was very strange when this story first came out. They said that she gave the family dog away, and investigators were looking for the family dog. And I kept thinking, well, why can't she just tell them who she gave the dog to? And I also thought, why would you give the kid's dog away right after their death? It's like you'd want to hold on to their pet. It's very sad and tragic. Gets me all pissed off. I know it made Red Rum Katie pissed off yesterday too. My sons are also what's considered on the husky side. However, they never ever looked fat or chunky, whatever to me. They're my handsome sons. That's it. That's the way I am, Norma. My son's just big boned. You know, he's going to be a big made man. Let me see if I can find that little boy and girl's picture in my drive here. I'm just wondering, okay, in one article I read, it said the autopsy results were inconclusive. But this morning I read that their deaths were caused by hanging, you know, being hung. So in my mind, I'm thinking, was the results inconclusive, or is that the way they died? Or did she kill them another way and set it up to make it look like he hung himself and his sister? So frustrating. Well, I don't know why I don't want to pull the picture up. Oh, well, I guess you have to know how to operate it for it to work. I guess yesterday YouTube didn't like that I played that Crystal Kitty video. They demonetized me over it. Hold on, guys. I'll be back. One sec. Let me let Crybaby back in. Are you going to get her? Let her in real quick. Okay, he got her for me. She cries like there's no tomorrow if you don't get to the door within 1 second of her asking in. Spoiled dogs. Hey, Love Hollis. Look how cute he is. His hair and kind of his face a little bit reminds me of my son so much. Let's see what Katie said. An autopsy needs cause, mode, and manner of death to be conclusive. Maybe they don't have one piece or something. Just that video, Meow. I made the mistake of turning the monetization on that live stream, had it set up, you know, ahead of time. And what I should have done was waited till after I was done with my live stream to turn the monetization on. They probably still would demonetize it. They demonetize videos where we just sit on here and act fool. You know. Leave her alone, lady. She can come in here if she wants. Lady's a bully, y'all. Hey, Alex. How are you feeling? I went. Oh, you went at the GP for calling my daughter obese. I don't blame you. I got mad when I took Skylar to have her spay, right? And I picked her up. And that vet, she had a shitty attitude anyways. She's an older lady. And she said, she's overweight. It's just the way she said it. I didn't say anything back to her, but I was sitting there thinking, you old bitch, you. And at that time, Skylar wasn't that much overweight. I'm like, so did the son really hang his sister and himself? No, Love Hollis, the mother did it. He did not kill his sister and himself. No, she did it. She had been Googling how to commit murder. She Googled to see if her car actually put off carbon monoxide. Guess she was going to try to kill him that way. But I'm just wondering if they really died from being hanged, or if she killed them in another way and made it look like he hung himself. It is sad, Tanny. I missed the press conference. Just I never could find it. Let me see if there's anything else. I think this is the article I was reading this morning by the Washington Post. So it happened on September 23rd. Okay, so when the mother called 911, she told the dispatcher that Connor was being bullied and made threats of doing this, but didn't want to go alone. I always thought that was strange. It says, but Lisa Snyder's explanation of the tragic deaths of her young children, Connor and Brinley, never sat well with authorities. It's one of the cops says, it would be safe to say that we immediately had questions. 8-year-olds generally that I'm aware of do not commit suicide. So, of course, we had questions. It says, now, after months of investigating, officials believe they have gotten to the bottom of the shocking incident that rocked the Albany Township community. And that's about 75 miles northwest of Philadelphia. Lady, please don't start. So she was accused of endangering the welfare of children, murder, molesting a dog, sexual intercourse with a dog. It says okay, so one of her friends said that Lisa Snyder expressed to her that she had had enough, whatever that means. Okay, and investigators say she Googled methods of killing and had recently purchased the dog lead used in the deaths. This was premeditated, of course. So the cops say they don't know if there's any explanation for her behavior at all. It says, I don't think I can stand up here, nor can anyone, and explain the horrific loss of 2 innocent children's lives. Okay, here's what I'm interested in. It says, when the first responders entered the basement of Lisa Snyder's home shortly after 4:40 p.m. on that September day, they found the brother and sister hanging 3 feet apart, suspended from what police described as a single-wire dog lead with vinyl coating and ends containing swivel eye snap hooks, according to a copy of the criminal complaint obtained by the Morning Call. Beneath the children were 2 wooden dining room chairs that had been knocked over. See, when I first read about this, I thought they said that the kids' bodies were found beside the chairs knocked over. But I could have been wrong, but I'm pretty sure about that. Connor and Brinley were swiftly airlifted to the hospital. 3 days later, they were taken off life support and they died 14 minutes apart. It says autopsies determined that the children had died by hanging and no drugs were found in their system. At first, Snyder was willing to talk to authorities. In 2 interviews during the investigation's early stages, Lisa Snyder reported that her son had been bullied, adding that he told her on multiple occasions that he wanted to die. Snyder said that days before she found him in the basement, Connor had told her, "I would have killed myself already, but I'm scared to go by myself." Lisa added that she suspected Connor had his sister with him so they could go together. He is overweight, has a speech delay. He needs the extra help, a little slower to grasp things. Kids may make fun of him because he is fat, Lisa Snyder told police. Instead of saying husky made, thick made, she called her deceased son fat. It says, after school on September 23rd, Lisa recalled Connor asking his sister Brinley if she wanted to build a fort, adding, "They played downstairs in the basement all the time," the document said. Lisa said Connor then asked her if he could take the kitchen chairs and the dog lead she had just picked up that morning, according to police, downstairs with him. That's odd right there. I'd have been like, "Son, why do you want to take a dog cable downstairs with you? And the chairs." Her story don't make sense. Her kid threatened suicide, but yet she lets him take kitchen chairs and a dog lead downstairs? It don't make sense. Say police thought the same thing. Oh, Lisa told police she tried to get her children down herself when she found them hanging and couldn't. And so she called 911. And Lisa Snyder alleged after she called 911, she never went back to the basement. So you found your kids hanging, right? You go call 911 immediately. What kind of mother wouldn't be by her kid's side and them unconscious? That's strange. Let's see. And it says it didn't take long for Lisa Snyder's story to start to unravel. Well, we all know when we first heard about this, someone else killed these kids. He didn't kill himself and his sister. Hours after Lisa Snyder reported discovering her children, police searched the home and collected the dog lead used for the hangings, which was labeled super. It held up to 250 pounds. Officers told reporters that Snyder's dog, a reportedly husky pit bull mix, weighed only about 50 pounds. So she made sure to buy an extra strong dog cable to make sure it didn't break, to make sure her kids died. Okay, and investigator says there was absolutely no evidence that Connor Snyder had ever been bullied. They questioned people at school. They questioned family, friends. No one had ever heard him say that he was suicidal or that he was being bullied. The only person that ever indicated that someone was bullied, that Connor was bullied, was Lisa Snyder. It says an occupational therapist who worked with Connor also told investigators it would have been extremely difficult for the 8-year-old who struggled with poor dexterity. What is it? Dexterity, something like that, to carry out the hangings alone. I'm not sure I pronounced that word. It's Dexterity. Adams said Connor's disability made it challenging for him to even tie his shoes, so the child most likely couldn't have opened the clasp of the dog lead. But those clasps are pretty easy to open. Through other witnesses, police learned that 3 weeks before the incident, Lisa Snyder had talked about being depressed and said she does not care about her kids anymore. Berks County Children and Youth Services had taken Connor and an older brother away from Lisa Snyder in 2014, the Morning Call reported. Adams said the children were returned to the mother in February 2015, but declined to provide further details about the situation. Then in October, investigators gained access to Lisa Snyder's Google searches. On September 17, 2019, she looked up carbon monoxide in a car, how long to die, police said. Same week, she Googled the best episodes of a crime documentary series that chronicles true stories about criminals who avoided arrest and capture for years, but were ultimately brought to justice. The day before Connor and Brinley were found, police said Lisa Snyder allegedly searched hanging yourself and visited a website that described an effective way of hanging a person using a short drop simple suspension. So I guess that support beam was low in her basement. That's why she Googled that. Okay. So she's charged with 2 counts each of first and third degree murder, as well as endangering the welfare of a child, tampering with evidence, and she was also accused of sexual intercourse with an animal and animal cruelty. After police discovered explicit Facebook messages about her dog performing sexual acts on her. A preliminary hearing is scheduled for December 9th. What a sick bitch. I haven't been looking at the chat. Let me get back to it. Oh my God, what a sick, sick individual. So evidently, ever who she's talking to on Facebook, they must be into sexually abusing dogs too. Lisa, is your granddaughter still being bullied at school? I was just glancing at the chat here. I can't take that dog part either, Andrew. And it makes me think, if she is willing to molest a dog, have sexual intercourse with a dog, she was probably molesting her children. Women can be predators too. It's not just men that sexually abuse kids. Women do it too. You can tell this case really has my feathers ruffled. God, I'm mad as a wet hen. It is. It's horrible, Anne. She's definitely a sick bitch, Giggles. Absolutely. Made me angry too, Life Rewinded. So, definitely premeditated. Maybe I should change the subject. I'm getting too mad. I'm telling you, it really ruined my day yesterday. It was a husky pit bull mix, Life Rewinded. Oh, she needs the death penalty for this. Does Pennsylvania have the death penalty? Let's look and see. Angel that comes in here, this is local to her. She would probably know. Sad news around the holidays, but I'm glad it's come out. Pennsylvania has only executed 3 inmates since 1976, and the most recent execution was carried out in 1999. This makes the state of Pennsylvania one of the least active states involving the death penalty. Even so, Pennsylvania is one of the states with the highest number of housed death row inmates. Hey, Leanne, so gross. the young age of the children would detect eligibility for death. Why are they just keeping these people on death row? They were sentenced to death, put them to death. You know? She'll probably get on death row too. Be there for 20 damn years. Y'all know who's scheduled to be executed in a couple years? It just reminded me, Scott Peterson. I was watching the Scott Peterson documentary on, may have been on A&E the other day. No, it was on Snapped, I think. But anyway, I think they're supposed to put him to death in 2022, I think. 420 scrapping. So sad for those kids, but her as the mom, she doesn't deserve kids. Now, she wanted rid of those kids. She didn't want to take care of those kids no more. From what I'm reading here, she said to a friend. Do you know something I learned, Andrew, about Scott Peterson? About that case? You know, there was 7 other pregnant women that went missing around the time Lacey Peterson went missing, before she went missing, and around the time. And they said some kind of cult was taking these women. You don't think they'll put him to death, life rewinded? Maybe her kids was going to tell on her what she'd been doing to the dog. Maybe she was molesting them too. I really feel like she was doing something, especially to Connor. Of course, women molest little girls too. And there's probably more male predators than women predators, but they do it too. You want to come up, Mel? I can't get my Bluetooth to hook up to my Chromebook anymore. So I'm going to have to get a regular mic or something. I happened to a chat here on my phone. Where's my coffee? I knew something was wrong in here. I don't got my coffee with me. Yeah, why do they keep them alive for so long? If you get the death penalty, then they should line them up and do it monthly. If you take a life, then you get what you deserve. Absolutely. Really, Life Rewinded. I'll have to check that podcast out. They keep them on death row so long because they got all these appeals and stuff. Hey, what's up, Lynette?
No, it's just me now. The wig got too hot.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know how people stand wigs. My aunt wears one.
I've still got my wristbands on because it's so hot, CC. I'm just like wiping the sweat off 24/7.
Is it hot there?
It was like 40 degrees today. That's like 105 for you, I think.
Oh, really? So 40 degrees where you're at is really 105 there.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. I gotta go get my coffee. Well, it's cold as shit here. Well, it's not that cold, but it's the chicken's water and Annabelle's water hasn't frozen, but there's snow outside.
How do you stop their water from freezing?
It's not cold enough for it to freeze.
No, but when doesn't it get cold enough for it to freeze there?
Yeah, I have to just replace the water with a different dish. Keep doing that.
Maybe
I need to get
like
some heated water bowls.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, Cece. And then your animals will officially be better looked after than my kids.
Well, our special friend that sent us the hater, she was going to send this water bowl heater for chickens, but the way it was made, some of the reviews, their beaks had been broken off and chipped by it.
Oh.
Because the chicken water is kind of weird. It's got like holes all around it so they all can get a drink, right? But it's been breaking their beaks off, so she didn't send it. So I think I'm just going to get like a heated dog water bowl.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's probably what they'll get for Christmas.
Did you show Mark the video I made him?
Oh no, not yet. Not yet.
It's on Hangouts, CC.
Hey, I can send it to him.
Yeah.
Let me send it to him.
Lynette might have been cracking onto him, but don't worry about it. She does it to everyone.
He's like 46 today.
Oh. It's all right. Lynette's about 100, so it's fine. How's your ear?
My ear is slowly but surely healing. Still a little bit sore. I don't even know if it's going to go back down to its normal size.
It will. It'll just take time. I say it was probably fairly backed up in there.
Yeah, it's still draining. Yeah, it's gross.
Does it stink?
Yeah.
Let's get physical.
Not like it did the last time this happened to me. And it's probably because I've been taking antibiotics.
Oh, yeah? Well, that's good.
Oh, yeah. It's not letting me download it.
Just doing a little bit of a workout. Is everyone copying me?
Oh, that's awesome.
My guns.
You got big muscles like me.
I think it's fat, Cece.
We're not fat.
All right, I just got told off for that in another chat. I'm festively plump.
We're husky.
Husky. Oh, yoga time. Verbal. Jeez. Now you really... All right, hold on.
Andrew, my girlfriend told me to nag you to go back to the doctor. Oh, Andrew, I hate going to the doctor. Stretching them feet, girl.
Yeah, I'm doing some yoga, Cece.
You look short like me. Your legs look short.
Nah, I'm not short. I'm 5'10".
Damn, you're a lot taller than me.
Yeah, I'm like a Viking woman. Whew.
Oh, thank you, Leanne. Leanne's really, she's a hot mama. She really is. She is.
She is, but is she this hot? Because I'm boiling right now.
No, she's not that hot. No.
Don't let one rip, Mel. Tanny, I'm booting your ass in a minute. I've had enough of you. Jeez.
Jiggle said you're nice and limber.
Yeah, that's right. I have to be. Yep. I have to be for my job.
What's your job?
I'm not telling.
I'm not telling.
All right, I'm a yoga instructor. That's where I get it from. 4'11". Lisa, you're like a little person.
Yeah, she's
That's
like
really tiny.
my memo Rosalie. She was like short like that. Like I'm at least 5'4".
I reckon Joshy would be taller than you. He's up to my boobie, so that kid's growing like an inch in the past month. He just does not stop. And then you got Blake, my 19-year-old. He's 6'5". So,
6'5".
I'm making
My
big.
brother, he's over 6 foot and he wears a 13.5 shoe size.
Oh, Lisa.
My uncle used to tell him, say, you could get a job stomping out forest fires.
I'm adding that one to my collection.
Yeah. He also used to tell me my mouth was bigger than the Grand Canyon.
Well, he was right.
Yeah, he was hot.
And then you rung his bell, didn't you?
I'd like to ring his bell sometimes. No, I was kidding.
Yeah.
My uncle, he's a good person. He was really sick a while back. I'd like to ring this Lisa Snyder's bell. Put me in a room with her 2 minutes. I'd beat the brakes off her.
Yeah, look, my daughter has actually been on her Facebook page. She's got a Facebook page. And she said to me a couple of weeks ago, she goes, Mum, you've got to check this chick's page out. She posts on there daily, like all day. And she said, I reckon she did it. And I was like, I didn't know enough about it. But yeah, she kept going on and on. I was like, shut up about it. But she was right.
She was right.
Yeah.
I suspected that either her or the older sibling did that. Murdered them. But I was kind of leaning towards this sibling doing it.
Wait, are we talking about the same thing? I'm talking about those 2 kids.
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Who's the older sibling?
They have an older sibling that's a teenager.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Well, where's that one?
I don't know. They probably took him by now.
I would have run if I was him.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, though, what if that boy caught the mum? You know, kids get up out of bed and things like that. And what if he caught her with the pet? I can't even say it. And, yeah, that was it for her.
A dog is not going to do something like that with you unless you entice it to.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. There is a lot of people, though, that are into that shit, CC.
Yeah.
And in some countries, it's not even illegal.
I know. In some countries, they eat dogs.
Oh, yeah, there's that too, but...
How is that? You know, I think President Trump just signed a law or something that it's a felony to abuse animals now.
Hey, Kim.
Kimmy.
Come on, look at me.
I like Kimmy.
Oh, you guys wouldn't know who that was. We had this show here called Kath and Kim. So funny. Yeah.
Hey, is Vikings come on yet?
Tomorrow, I think.
You know, I gotta watch my sexy men.
Oh, damn. I gotta clear my calendar.
Me too.
Wow.
I was mad when they killed Ragnar off. Damn.
Oh, God. Damn it. I wish they never did that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to organise some quiet time. Let me show you what I mean by that. Hey, quiet time.
If them Northmen really look like that, I'm gonna build me a time machine.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. You don't want to be one of their women, though. They don't get treated exactly well, but, you know, YOLO. Here for a good time, not a long one.
Be my luck, I would have been a slave. Back in those days, I'd time travel and then make me a slave.
Oh, God.
I'm behind on The Walking Dead.
I haven't even watched this season yet. I haven't been interested in wanting to.
Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, I think it killed it when they killed Carl and Rick off. Well, Rick's really not dead. They made it look like he died.
When Carl got killed, yeah, I was just like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Just want to smack someone. I actually cried. I know I never cry.
I cried over that one too. I mean, it really got to me.
Yeah.
Then taking my sexy Andrew Lincoln off there. What the hell?
I like me a bit of Negan.
Oh, me too.
Welcome to the Deviants YouTube channel. We're just going to sit here and talk about hot TV stars. Yeah, I like Negan. Not when he's bashing people's brains, but I like Negan.
Yeah, I do too. He's such a good bad boy.
That laugh. Oh, jeez, it's doing things for me. You know, the worst part about Carl getting killed, hey, Linda, was, you know, the fact that he had to kill his mum and, you know, deliver the baby and all the rest of that crap. And, you know, the poor kid went through enough. Why kill him off?
No. And you know, that wasn't even Rick's baby. That was Shane.
I know. It was Shane's.
Mm-hmm.
Shane the dear brain. Yeah.
I got mad when they took him off there, too. I liked him.
Do you know what's funny? Yeah, I liked him too, but I didn't like him as much as Rick.
No.
Someone told me to watch that show, and I was like, oh, okay. So I started watching the first episode, and I was like, this is the most boring crap I've ever watched in my life. So for about 6 months, I didn't watch it, and this girl kept talking about it, and then I started watching it again, and I was addicted.
Yeah, that's why I mean, yeah, I got addicted to it. I mean, and I even got so bad that, you know, when the new seasons come out, you know, how they'll play the old seasons like in a big marathon. I would even watch those, even though I've seen everything.
This friend I'm talking about, no lie, every time a new season came out, she went right back to the beginning and watched the whole freaking lot before the new one come out.
Yeah, well, what I like to do is, you know, because the seasons are so far apart, I go before the new one comes out, I go back and watch the previous season.
Yeah. Well, that's what normal people would do, but
Hey,
not my friend.
Remy, get the hell out of here talking about The Walking Dead sucks. No, I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
that's it.
That's it.
Unrent her and I'll kick her out.
Blocker.
And she's got about 20 accounts I've been watching. She just keeps coming back. Keeps coming back.
You can't get rid of Remy now.
Ah, she's a stayer.
Me and her are going to do the Martha Moxley.
Ooh.
Okay. And I actually have a book here, Remy, since you're in here. I'm going to tell you the title of it. I found this at Ollie's Discount Store, and it's by Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and it's called Framed. And they're talking about how Michael Skakel was framed. You know, of course, he's taking up for his cousin. I've not read it yet, but I'm going to.
Which one's Martha Moxley? Was she the girl in the
Murder in Greenwich? How you say it? Greenwich? She was.
She the one that tortured?
No. Oh. No. She lived beside Michael Skakel is a Kennedy cousin, kin to the Kennedys.
Yeah.
And him and his brother, they lived beside of Martha Moxley.
Yeah.
And they had been partying on Halloween. I believe it was Halloween. Anyways, I think Martha had snuck out of the house. But anyways, the next day she was found in the yard. She'd been bloody.
Oh, now she wants a bloody link. God's sake. Remy, you're really pushing it. Go on, bring her up. Bring her up.
Now, Remy knows about this case. She can pronounce the name. It's Greenwich or Greenwich. I can't ever pronounce that shit right.
It's funny because we had a Greenwich axe murder. This dude turned up at this woman's house. He knew her, and he took to everyone in the house with an axe. Poor Remy. Come on.
Please, Remy, don't be the Harry Butt Bandit.
Oh, God.
No, it's not.
No, it's me. Do you really have a freaking sweatband? And that's the best thing I've ever seen.
Hey, Remy, got a t-shirt
for
you.
Huh?
I'm not always the bitch. Just kidding. Go fuck yourself.
I've been fighting with the friggin' snowplow guys and the condo manager all friggin' morning. She's like, "Oh, move your car. We got 2 friggin' inches of snow. What the hell are you gonna plow the friggin' pavement?" Assholes. Sorry.
She said I've been fighting with the condom man.
She's like 97,000 years old. And I'm just like, why do I have to move my car? It's in the middle of the goddamn parking lot. That's already been pledged. I want them out of the parking lot. And I'm like, I don't care what you want. Anyway, so Martha Moxley.
Christmas.
I'm sorry. I can't believe you But Martha Moxley, she was killed in Greenwich, Connecticut. I want to say, I'm still looking for my book, in 1977, give or take. And what happened, it involves a lot of money. The Skakels, Rush Skakel was his father. Michael Skakel's mother died when he was younger. There was a lot of kids. Rush Skakel was not very involved in their lives. And Martha Moxley was bludgeoned to death with a golf club, half of it sticking through her neck. And apparently it was, they were partying down at the Belhaven Club. Remember that, Martha Moxley was about 15 years old. And they were all partying. Tommy, Michael, and a bunch of friends, driving and drinking and everything else like that. We're talking about an area that you cannot get into, a neighborhood. You can't get into it.
It's a rich
There are armed guards. Yeah, we're talking $30 million houses.
Almost
now.
like that South African, the one that killed his family. No one could get into that area either.
Like there's armed guards and everything like that. I know one of the authors of the book Greentown, his name is Timothy Dumas. He actually lives not that far from me. But the only Rush Skakel is now dead. Tommy Skakel lives in Massachusetts. Michael Skakel was in prison for 18 years. Now he's out on quote unquote appeal.
Remy, what was he in prison for?
For murdering her.
Oh,
it didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
No, it didn't happen though for years.
37 years. It was like about 30
She was a beautiful girl. And the reason there's so much to this, supposedly one was pleasuring himself, Michael, outside of her window in the tree. The Skakel house has now changed ownership. It is owned by someone else. You can go on to Fifth Lane. The Belhaven Club is still. God, it's slipping my mind. Martha's street name.
Let me see if it's in the book.
I just can't find my book right now because I'm packing and everything else like that.
Where are you going?
Walsh Lane? Did you live on Walsh Lane?
Pack out. Yeah, Walsh Lane. Yep. Where am I going? I'm just trying to pack up crap.
Oh, I thought you meant you were moving.
I wish. Then I don't have to deal with the old lady across the way.
Yeah. No, don't worry. Sounds like she won't be here long.
So this book actually has a map of the layout of the neighborhood.
Yes, I have one too. I've actually been there. The Moxley property the old house has been torn down. The lot has been split in two. The English tea garden is still there. I gotta find the freaking book. Oh, I got it. Holy shit. There it is. Sorry for the noise, guys. Timothy, sorry, I have a really bad stuffy nose. Sorry. The back of the Skakel house, there's a path that Martha would have taken on her way home on October 30th, 1975. I do apologize for saying 77. The Skakels went to Brunswick School, which is still around. It's a private boys' school. You don't get it unless you have connections. Dominic Dunn actually did some stuff on this because, as everybody knows, his daughter Dominique Dunn was killed.
I didn't know that till a while back.
I'm just trying to read relatively.
Okay.
They were rich. They were all rich. I'm talking money, and the Skakels were, infiltrated, or not infiltrated, connected to the Kennedys.
Well, there you go.
So, yeah. Private area, like a reservation. No, this is you don't drive a Bentley, you ain't getting in. Michael Skakel is out. We don't know. I don't know exactly where he is. He's still in Connecticut. Martha Moxley's mother, like I said, Dorothy, is still alive. Her father, John, died. Her brother, John, is still alive.
Didn't Mark Ferguson help investigate this?
Mark Furman.
Furman.
Yeah, he I want to say I gotta reread this. I want to say he was one of the detectives. Rush Skakel hired a private investigators, but they weren't, in a way. And they came up with all of these things and wanted medical records to prove Tommy didn't do it because Tommy was the original suspect.
Right.
They were all chilling and everything else, and then remember, this is 1975. So the crime scene was obviously contaminated. They, trampled through it and everything else like that. This is the lives of the rich and famous.
Yeah.
How it works.
And Michael and his brother were just kind of let go, right? Because their mother had died, and their father
just basically took off.
Right. And their father had just hired that tutor. What's his name? Do you know his name?
Oh, gosh. I know exactly who you're talking about. Timothy was his first name.
Yeah.
I'm scanning now through my book. Hold on one second, if you don't mind. Captain is another police officer. Looney and Carroll, they were the lead investigators on the Moxley case. And then, sorry, hold on one second, I'll mute.
Let's see. I've got to read this book. I can't believe I found it at all its discounts. Of course, it's taken up.
What was crazy, Cece, is that, something? Rush Skakel actually allowed investigators to talk to his kids when he wasn't even there. And then he withdrew any type of engagement because he was led by this firm, and I'm desperately searching for it right now. It starts with an S. But then again, hear me out, before the Moxley case, there had been one other known instance of murder in Belhaven. It happened in the spring of 1931.
So it would have been quite the shock to the community.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And Skakels and Kennedys didn't like each other for the most part.
Oh.
Nope.
They spent $25 million convicting Michael Skakel.
Yes, and my tax dollars paid for it.
Yeah.
As everybody from Connecticut. Woo!
The state had no physical or forensic evidence, no fingerprints, no DNA, no eyewitnesses linking Michael to the killing. That's what this book is saying in the cover.
Because it was the crime scene was, like I said, trampled over. And to be quite honest, if you see a map of Belhaven, which is obviously part of Greenwich, it's like it like juts out to Long Island Sound. That's where the rest of the golf club was put. They actually thought Martha Moxley was a redhead. She was blonde. They thought she was a redhead because of the blood.
Someone had a lot of anger towards her, a lot of resentment.
Well, she was pretty.
Yeah, she was really pretty.
Are they sure that guy did it, or could it have been the father?
No, Rush Skakel was not in town. He was out on a hunting trip.
Oh, hunting trip, huh?
Nice, right?
Convenient.
Nice. Very convenient.
Yeah, he didn't pay his children much attention, I don't think.
No. The older sister, Julie, the oldest, basically was the mother figure. There's a great book that touches on this as well, which I just received from Amazon. It's called The Other Mrs. Kennedy. It's detailing Ethel Kennedy. Her story. She was a Skakel, though.
Oh, okay. So that's how they're cousins. Oh, okay. I get it now.
Yeah, these people are very intertwined, to say the least. And Joe Kennedy, who was John F. Kennedy's father, I mean, look what he did to Rosemary. He wanted this hushed. This was not going to happen.
Right. Didn't one of the Kennedys have like a sister or a kid or something that was mentally ill? Rosemary. Okay.
Rosemary was John F. Kennedy's sister, and Joe Kennedy put her through a lobotomy, and then she became mentally incapacitated.
I watched a documentary about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was another Kennedy that wrecked and killed a girl, right?
That's Ted Kennedy. He is now deceased. That happened, I want to say, in the 70s. He was driving over like a rickety bridge, was drunk, and the car went over into the water, and he escaped. She did.
And they thought that he had murdered her, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, can we say that he didn't? I don't know.
Right.
Just seems that that family gets away with a lot of stuff, but they're also cursed.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. Crap. They all die.
I mean, Eunice Kennedy, thank gosh for her. She started the Special Olympics due to Rosemary having the lobotomy and becoming disabled, for lack of a better term. It's very sad. It's just
the people with mental illness were treated so bad in the older days.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they absolutely will.
If you had babies and stuff, they would just say to you at the hospital, you know, there's something wrong with it, put it into care, put it into a home.
Yeah.
And also, you have to remember that the Kennedys, Skakels, they're Irish Catholics. And, you know, they feared back then the nuns and their priests and everything like that. Their priest was actually very influential about all of this. Who they should talk to, who they should interact with, you know, all of that type of stuff, which it's insane. I have to find the name of that investigatory firm.
There was this lady, and she was quite an extravagant lady, and she was a Kennedy, I think she was. What was that about? She lived in this house. Hey?
I said, which one? There's like 100 of them.
Oh, I know, but she was a recluse, sort of.
Rosemary was beautiful.
But they did a documentary on her.
I don't know.
And I'm going to try and find it.
I also just read by January, however, the rumoring begins to darken heavily over Tommy Skakel. Their scant leads, the cops said, are exhausted, have turned to amassing background information on the Skakels. On January 16, 1976, Skakel gets his written permission on town stationery for the release of all records, and then he redacted that. All of Martha's friends, you know, it just, they knew something was wrong. Michael was emotionally and developmentally stunted for the most part, as was Tommy. So, you know that's going.
And Michael, didn't he masturbate outside of Martha's window?
In the tree outside her bedroom window. And the path where she was found was underneath a tree. But however, the cops didn't cordon it off as a crime scene. They let anybody and everybody just trample through it. Her mother was painting a windowsill in a huge house. If you guys have never seen this house, it was enormous.
Yes.
Her father was a businessman away, you know, whatever. But she was painting a windowsill and her dog's barking. And was thinking, why isn't Martha home yet? Why isn't Martha home yet? Yeah, it's mischief night, but why isn't she home yet? She's 15. And wakes up and there you go.
Yeah.
It's really sad. My mom had talked about that night. I'm sorry?
Didn't Martha sneak out of the house that night?
No, ma'am.
She did.
She was allowed to go out, and you know, it was the 70s. And she just never came home. This is what I mean. If you guys have never been to Greenwich, it's a lot different than what you would think. It's basically your kids get to do whatever they want. Their parents are likely alcoholics. They're probably alcoholics as well, the kids. It's or the kids should be heard. I'm sorry, kids should be seen, not heard.
Hey, my parent used to say that. Mind you,
Still
there
like
was
that
4
there.
of us.
Coach, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Tiffany stores on Main Street.
So
I
they
had to
were
go
rich
there
kids that could do what they wanted.
Yep.
I found what I was
Basically, and
talking about,
then-
Remy.
I'm sorry.
Edith Bouvier Beale, Jackie Kennedy's cousin.
Oh yeah, I don't
Ray
know anything
Gardens?
about her.
Yeah.
So she's really not a Kennedy, that lady, then. Because
Yeah.
Jackie's a Kennedy by marriage.
Well, Jackie O, why I brought up the book The Other Mrs. Kennedy is because she details what happened with Jackie O and JFK. Jackie O was out on an equestrian thing when Marilyn Monroe did that whole happy birthday, Mr. President thing.
Oh, yeah.
She would not attend the birthday party. She knew that Marilyn Monroe was sleeping with her husband, and Marilyn Monroe was also sleeping with Robert Kennedy.
Oh.
Yeah, Marilyn Monroe was not a very mentally well lady.
No.
She wasn't. She had a lot of problems. I find it odd in this book. It lists the cast of characters, and it's got the Skakel household help, but it doesn't have the tutor there.
You know exactly who I'm talking about, though, right? I'm sorry, it was Ken. Ken Littleton. Holy crap. Just popped into my mind.
It's not here. It's got the Skakel cook, the housekeeper, the gardener, another Skakel housekeeper, and a handyman driver, but it's not listing the tutor.
There's no name Ken Littleton?
No, it's not here.
He became a recluse. He moved up to Massachusetts and just doesn't want to be bothered. So did Tommy.
Yeah.
These people have so much money and so much influence that there is no way. I'm surprised personally that a court, even if, it was done where I'm from in the Superior Court. I'm surprised that Michael Skakel was found guilty and now he's out on appeal.
Yeah.
I grew up in Danbury, but never been to Greenwich. You don't want to go to Greenwich. Trust
This
me.
book I have is by Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and it's called Framed, Why Michael Skakel Spent Over a Decade in Prison for a Murder He Didn't Commit. And I just found this at Ollie's discount store, and I was like, wow, true crime. It's about Martha Moxley. I'll read it, but this book paints him as innocent, I believe. I've not read it yet.
I'm sorry, but in my mind, I think that Tommy and Michael had something to do with it, but I think Michael was, or the antagonist, whatever word. I don't know.
Yeah.
There was also a bag of golf clubs by the back door of the Skakel house, and one club was missing.
Oh.
Was she
And
make out with Tommy that night? Tommy Skakel, Martha Moxley? Yes. She did. So that probably pissed Michael off.
Absolutely. I think that she was a little bit of a flirt. She's 15 years old.
Right.
Pretty girl, smart. And there you go.
Yeah. That's why, she was bludgeoned so badly with that golf club. He had anger and resentment. Probably
stuck it through her neck.
That's terrible. Bless her little heart.
Literally, the club broke. They have never found the other part of the club.
I hope that the first time he hit her, she went out unconscious and she didn't know what was happening. I hope.
Well, apparently her underwear were pulled down.
Oh, God.
Her hair was through the wound in her neck where she was stabbed clean through her neck.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a lot of anger. So if her pants were down, maybe she rejected his advances, or
maybe. There's only 2 people that can say that. I'm sorry?
Was there any evidence of rape?
Not that I know of, no. Not from what this book tells me and from my research.
It's almost like just maybe they pulled her pants down to humiliate her.
That or pleasured himself to her.
Right.
Maybe, yeah, probably. And I mean, look, if you're going to take a golf club from around the back of the house, you're planning on doing something with it, aren't you?
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Snope, they were just totally, the cops were blackballed by these people. They were allowed access to talk to these kids all under 18 without their parental figure present, and then suddenly cut off. That should have never happened in the first place. But again, it was the 70s.
Right.
It was a different time. It was a different era. And it says, I have a letter here. It says, "Dear Sir, this is to inform you that I, Rushton W. Skakel, hereby withdraw the authorization to release medical and school records concerning my son, Thomas Skakel, executed January 16, 1976, because they didn't want to see that." I think Tommy probably had ADD or ADHD or some type of other psychological thing going on, or was developmentally, not on par. Sorry, I have such a bad cold. And it says, by January, there are 2 detectives that are still alive. Their last names are Carroll and Looney. They're both Irish. So he allowed everything, and then when that firm told him not to do it anymore, he said no. I mean, the profiler from the Boston Strangler even looked at this.
Oh, that's really interesting. I didn't know that.
Yes. Meanwhile, hold on one second. I'm sorry. Meanwhile, Detective Steve Carroll receives word from Dr. Donald P. Kennefic, who profiled the Boston Strangler, that the murderer of Martha Moxley is probably a teenage white male with an explosive temper, an athletic boy, which they all were, a boy who may have hang-ups with girls, a boy who may be impotent. That's one of the key things. He says that the killer was not in his right mind. He was killing meaninglessly, like stepping on a bug, and he has probably blocked it all out.
I think a lot of these times when, the victims are found with their pants down or their breast exposed, a lot of times people assume that it's because they had been sexually assaulted. But a lot of times these killers will do that, like I said before, to humiliate the victim.
Mm-hmm.
And I
there's
think that's
also,
what happened.
I'm sorry, go ahead. There's also a man, Francis Walsh. It's not kind of like the town drunk, for lack of a better term. And in 1975, he's 64, out of work, a heavy drink of Mickey, I think, is still there. Detective Joe Glynn corners Walsh, and the old man tells him the story. He was sitting at the bar just inside the front door when 3 men came up to him. The younger 2 called the older one Skakel. This was about intimidation. Silence. But, Cece, if you can, I'm sorry to have hopped on and taken over. But, I have to run and wash my floors. But thank you for having me. Stay awesome with your great sweatband.
I took it off.
Thank you. Hey, Brinley, give me time to kind of read this book.
And sure. Go right ahead.
And then you'll do a live stream on this, and we'll take it from the beginning.
I'm going to try to contact Timothy Dumas, who wrote Greentown, and get him up here.
Awesome.
He lives within, I think, an hour of me. But I've talked to him on Facebook. He's still in contact with Dorothy Moxley. So I'm going to try my best. I can't guarantee anything, but I've talked to him before. We've gone back and forth about this.
Oh, that would be great. Be so interesting.
Sure, no problem.
Oh. Yeah.
Alrighty, well, have a great day, guys.
Okay, say hi to Bob and Linda.
Oh, you guys.
Mark better went and got me some cigarettes, or he's going to not have a good birthday.
Happy birthday. Get me smokes.
No, let me tell you how bad of a partner I am. I did not know it was his birthday today because I still thought today was December 2nd. So I went in there and I was just being nice. I was like, "Oh, you want me to fix you an omelet and breakfast?" So I brought it to him. He said, "Oh, that's so nice of you to do on my birthday." And I said, "Crap, it's your birthday? I thought today was still December 2nd.
That's nearly as good as me freaking remembering the day before Andrew's birthday and running to the phone shop and getting him a brand new iPhone 11 and then giving him the 3-year contract to pay it off.
Oh yeah. Speaking of your hubby, I now know why I thought his name was Mark.
Why?
Because someone else who you may not like, and I forgot about this, told me a long time ago that their ex's name was Mark.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Blue Topaz. And so I had that story confused. I'm sorry. And after that confusion that day, I was like, I know Mel told me her husband's name was Mark. And then I got to thinking, I was like, no, that was not her. That was Blue that told me that. Topaz. Sorry. Sorry.
No, you're right, Remy. You did a good job.
Yeah,
Don't worry
Remy
about
did
it.
a great job. I was just muting because I was making coffee.
Oh, Brenda's back. Where do you go, Brenda? Where do you go?
Oh, damn. I forgot Katie's name was Brenda.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Damn, she was madder than 5 wet hens over that Snyder case yesterday, which I was too. She was really pissed, though. Those cases really get to her.
That's just sick.
I know.
I mean, poor dog. I do get that. But those poor kids, you know?
No. What a piece of crap. How sick can one be?
Oh, God. Your dog died, Brenda? I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Her little
Which
dog,
one?
Chloe. I think her parents had it, though, because it was attached to her, them, you know.
Yeah.
My little Yorkie's dog, I can't talk. His name is Chloe.
You've got 500 of them, Cece, so I'm surprised you remember their names.
Oh, I know. I got Smokey, Chloe, Ladybug, Skylar, Sunny, Penny.
That's what Joshy said to me the other week. He goes, how does she remember all their names? And I said, she does. Don't worry. She does.
I do.
Oh, dear.
Oh, Lord. Here comes Mark interrupting something.
Mark. Come on, Mark.
The damn vehicle's crank. Get in it and leave. Go get my cigarettes. All I care about is myself.
Yeah. You going to make him a cake or something, Cece? Or
no.
Oh. Like maybe put a candle in it. We had no candles because I went and just got my hubby a chocolate mud cake from the shop. Cake maker here. Can make anything, but no. And I couldn't find freaking candles, could I? So I had a 1 and a 4. I just chucked the 4 in. I said, that's close enough.
So 41?
No, he's 9 years older than me. So he's like, what, 52?
Jesus Christ, let's put him in a nursing home.
I know. That's what I said the other week. I need to upgrade. Andrew. Come on, buddy. But you know what? His skin's better than mine. He's pretty young for an old fella.
I saw him on one of your videos a long time ago.
Yeah.
He just kind of bent down and gave you a kiss. He was kind of comforting you because people was being assholes on here, I believe. And he's not a bad-looking guy. I mean, no offense, but I'm just, you know.
Well,
my husband's looking, too.
He likes to have a bit of this on his face now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I told him he should try it. And I'm sick of it now, but he just keeps it. And but no, he's got very good genes, very good young, youthful genes. And he used to, when I first met him, oh my God. When I first met him, he had a collection of skincare, facial washes, toners. Like, I had none of this stuff.
Wow. I have none of that now.
Yeah. But it's paid off. It's really worked out for him. So, yeah. He's all right. I keep him around.
He's got blonde hair, doesn't he? He kind of reminded me of Mark, kind of like a dirty blonde.
Yeah, he's got like a dirty blonde.
Yeah. I noticed he looked like my Mark a little bit in that video.
He's a farm boy, you know. He grew up on a sheep station, so.
Oh, cool. Yeah, nothing like a hard-working man.
Look, you know, I make him do everything, so.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, everything. Everything.
I turned mine into a preppy guy into a farmer.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Oh yeah, he takes care of the animals in the mornings. That's why you don't really see any funny farm videos of me in the morning because I send him to do it. When the weather got colder, I was like, "Hey, it's your job now," and he really enjoys it. Him and Annabelle have a really cute bond.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Sonny has attacked him twice in the last 2 days.
good. Now he knows.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, it really didn't hurt. I'm not mad at it. I don't get mad at him like you do." He said.
If only chickens and roosters could talk.
I said, "But did he let go of you? Did you try to shoo him off?" He said, "I didn't try to fight him back or make him think I was fighting him back by shooing him. I just let him do it and he released." See, I'm bad to try to fight Sonny back. I'll be kicking at him,
Well, he's the same height as you, Cece. What are you supposed to do?
Exactly. When I used to be in close contact with him, I'd try to shoo him off of me, and it would just make him worse. He would attack that much more.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I put footage of that into my video. Hey, Remy just said
it was awesome.
CC at 17, M. Skay Cool was an alcoholic.
Yes. I remember hearing that.
Hey, Dory.
I forget. There's so many of these damn cases. You forget the little details.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Cry, baby.
All right. Jeez. Sukulala.
Oh God! I entered the kitchen without her permission. Oh Lord!
Oh jeez.
Lord help you. Oh Lord. Well, Mel, I better get off here. They're hard. I've been on here an hour. They've been good for that long, at least.
Yeah. Don't forget to show Mark the video that Lynette made him. I'm sure he's going to love it.
I will as soon as he gets back. Yesterday I ended my live stream because I thought he pulled in and the dogs go crazy, but it was just someone turning in my driveway.
Oh, that's it.
I know, it pissed me off.
You need walkie-talkies, and then when he drives in, he can go, "Cece, I'm pulling into the driveway, over and out."
No. The only reason I get off when he pulls in is because they go berserk most of the time.
Remy says it was the Sutton firm. I just found it.
The Sutton firm.
All right, Remy.
When we do this,
write it down. Keep it for when you do your little thing.
I'll scan this map in the book and upload it to the drive, and we can pull it up when we talk about her again.
So professional. I don't even know how to screen share. All right. See you later, people.
Love you. Have a good night. Bye, chat. Thank y'all for chatting. Maybe we'll decorate the Christmas tree in the morning if I get up in time. That would be a good little.
I'm still exhausted from doing mine. We had a big fight.
Oh yeah, I fought. I can't even talk. I was in a fight with the Christmas tree for days. I finally gave up.
All right. See you, girl.
All right. See ya. Bye, chat. Love y'all. Have a good day. Peace.